Time. What is time? Time is one of the variants of nature. Time is an extremely powerful variant of nature. Time controls everything you could ever imagine. Time is the ruler of the atomic structure of everything that we deal with. Where it is time that literally turns things into other things. As time shifts, time causes the atomic structure of certain organisms and beings to become other organisms and other beings. One thing I did notice is that when you look at the mountains, those giants of old, what is it? It's time. I've said this on the Rumble channel. Very few little videos I can make on Rumble. But one thing I said was talked about was the giants and how when that era of the giants, the era of those beings were over, they froze in time. They literally just froze in time because time says you're done. Time controls eras. And when you talk about eras, you're talking about ages. Right now, the era that we're in, I call this the era of illusion because we've been hit with so many different illusionary areas. We've been hit with so many different areas of illusion: money, things, positions, stock market, spraying the sky with all kind of mess. People getting duped into getting things put into their bodies that makes their bodies do things it's not supposed to do. I mean, it's all kind of illusions out there. People sit up and watch sports all day. And what's that designed to do? That is literally designed to cause one to remain stagnant. But here's the thing about it. When you're dealing with the atomic structure of a thing or an organism or a being, time is going to reconstruct the atomic structure of that organism no matter what. Time is going to reconstruct that organism no matter what. So it's not up to certain individuals who think they can control time. It's all about time. Time is one of the most powerful variants of nature. Time is that. When you talk about evolution, all right, you're talking about evolution, you're talking about the atomic structure of something breaking down and becoming something else. And we're not talking about a monkey turning into a man. We're talking about man literally becoming more powerful. You're talking about the atomic structure. You're talking about the atoms within the vessel, which means the atoms become more active. The atoms become more aggressive. And they begin to create more frequencies and vibrations, which causes a being to go into a completely different state of living. This is what time does. Time literally controls it all. You understand that? Time controls everything. Time controls everything. So the whole point of understanding what time is understanding the concept of life. Like we talk about the giants, that era was over. So time literally caused these once living 70, 80, 90, 100 foot tall beings to literally their body, because their bodies could not move into the next era. Their bodies could move into this next era. What happened? The time says, okay, it's over, and the atomic structure of these beings then became solid, solidified, and they turned into stone, and they fell to the ground. Oh my goodness! Just imagine the sound that was made when time says no more, and these beings literally froze and solidified instantly, and that as they fell to the ground, shaking the entire realm. This is what time is. So we have all these coronal mass ejections, we have all these solar flares, we have all these X flares, C class flares, M class flares, and this is a part of time. All of this is coming in, and it's literally shifting the atomic structure of our realm and the original beings. That's why they say, "Oh, we got climate control." I saw Kamala Harris say, "Oh, we put $30 billion into climate control." I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. It ain't working for y'all. It's not working for you. It ain't gonna work for you. Time is an organism that literally makes sure that atoms are put in certain places, and the atoms grow in a certain manner. Now, we as the original beings, as we go into our state of meditation and begin thinking on a higher level, we begin to go one with time. Because what's happening is we literally begin to cause ourselves to evolve into different organisms. Understand that? Time is it's that construct that literally controls everything that you can possibly think of. Time, this is what time does. And you have to understand that time is more than you can think of. Time is more than what you can think of. This is what time is. And we have got to bring ourselves into this position to understand that everything that we've been taught, we've been lied to. All right, we've been lied to. Everything that we've been taught is a lie. All right, because they're lied because they know if our minds, as the original beings, if our minds begin to advance and go further, they know that we control this entire realm. We control the atmosphere. We control everything, and everything would begin to move forward, and they would be X out of existence. And this is what time does. Time literally controls the existence of everything. So when we, as the original beings, begin to change our mindsets, and we say, you know what? We can't live this way anymore. What happens? Things begin to change. Things begin to shift. Things begin to go into a state of rearrangement. All this money, look at them. They're not printing money anymore. You know why they're not printing money anymore? Because time has says, you know what? Yeah, you got all these printing press, all these printing machines, whatever. Time says that era is over. So the physical money is literally disappearing. Just imagine people with all these dollars in their pockets, and time says, okay, this era of the physical money is over. And they go to reach in their pocket, and there's nothing there. What do you think happened? Time literally caused the atomic structure of all of those physical dollars to dematerialize. Whether they go, they don't go anywhere. They literally dematerialize and turn into tiny particles and go into the atmosphere. It's nothing but energy. They become energy, that's all. You have Saxons who are disappearing. Where are they going? Well, time says, well, this is your time up on this planet. And there's thousands of them. I mean, thousands and thousands of them that's disappearing every day. And where they going? They're dematerializing from here, and they materializing back to where they belong, to the planet that they came from. You understand that? There was a brother at my job. I did this on the Rumble channel. There was a brother at my job. His phone was in his pocket, zipped up. He had a zip pocket on his shirt, and his phone was in his pocket. He's on the high-low, and he's moving pallets from place to place to place. All of a sudden, his phone just disappears, and he's like, it was in my pocket. It was zipped up. I don't know what happened to it. And I was like, Mother, please, can you give this guy his phone? Just show us something, Mother. Give him his phone. So I went to Mother about it. About an hour later, the other brother, Phil, came and says, is this the phone you're looking for? It's like, yeah. This brother's phone, he went through a time warp. And the time warps can show up anywhere at any given time. All right? They can just show up because that's what time is, time warp. His phone literally dematerialized from his pocket and materialized in between, inside of some boxes that were being put in the baler. And when he picked up this one box, he saw the phone sitting in the very middle. Excuse me. In the very middle of the pallet, inside of one of the boxes that was going to the baler. And he says, here's your phone. He didn't drop the phone. And if you try to explain this to a layperson, they're going to be like, well, somebody took his phone from his pocket or he dropped it. No. You got to understand the science of time. Time literally causes things to dematerialize and materialize. Time can literally cause things to shift from one place to the other. That's what time does. So as this era, the era of this system is over, what's happening? Their system and their people are disappearing. And they may say, oh, this person died, and you never see a funeral. Why you never see a funeral? Because the person literally dematerialized. And somewhere else, somewhere in the cosmos, they exist. That's why, a while ago, I was told, brothers and sisters, I said, as parallel worlds come together, you're going to see whole buildings just disappear, and there'll be nothing but vast land. And this is what time does. Time controls the variables of the atomic structure of everything that's around us. So time literally will cause this entire system to dematerialize. And what will happen to those buildings? Where will they go? Some of them may crumble and fall to the ground and just break down because time will have moved its energy from it. Or they may just disappear and go into thin air, and all of those elements that were used to create those buildings, the energy of those elements will literally go back into the atmosphere. This is the power of time. This is how powerful time is. Many of us don't understand the power of time. Now, we as original beings, one thing I can tell you, brothers and sisters, we have been in this realm, on this planet, from age to age to age to age to age. We have never dematerialized. All right? We have never dematerialized. We have never been at the point of, that's my beard hair in my mouth. We've never been at the point where we X'd out of existence. We were no longer existed. All right. And this is why these Saxons, they are so scared of going extinct, because they know that we're the only ones who will stay. But you're dealing with time. Their time here is up. So their existence is no longer needed because they have not, they literally haven't done anything to allow time to, or to allow themselves to be a part of time. Let's just say that. And when you start talking about time, you're talking about radioactive energy, you're talking about photon, you're talking about plasma, you're talking about ether, you're talking about extremely powerful forces. I mean, when you talk about time, time was one of the most powerful variants of nature that's ever known. When you're dealing with time, you're dealing with something extremely powerful. All right. This is what time is, brothers and sisters. So we're seeing everything evolve. And what are these beings doing? They're trying to stop evolution, or they're trying to save themselves. So they want to make it snow. They want to make it rain, because this is their way of trying to slow down time. They actually think that they can slow down time so that time won't cause them to dematerialize. And this is the greatest fear that they have. Not being here anymore, not being in existence here anymore, because time is not going to kill them. All right. Time is not going to kill them, because they're organisms. They're organisms. They're living beings. What's time going to do? Time's going to say, your time here is up, and we're going to move you into the place where you originally belong. That's what time is going to do. Time is, so wherever they come from, time is going to literally, they're going to dematerialize here, and they're going to materialize somewhere else. And it's going to be a strange world to them. But that's the way time works. That's just the way time works. I just want to explain that to you all. You know, time, one of the most powerful variants of nature. Time is a beast. So all this Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, Easter time, you see they put time on it because this is like their own way of trying to control the variance. But they do it on a physical level. They had to create the calendar. They had to create the years. They had to create the days of the week, because it was their way of trying to take control of time. But not so. Not so. You can put whatever year you want to put it, but years don't exist. The calendars don't exist. The days of the week don't exist. They only exist because we see them in this physical form. But when nature and time comes together and begin to reconstruct our atomic structure, we will no longer see that. And this is where it's happening right now to a lot of brothers and sisters. Even these last few holidays, brothers and sisters hadn't been going in on these holidays. They've forgotten about them. Hell, when there was that whole Thanksgiving, I forgot it was Thanksgiving. I went to my daughter's school, and the administrator, a friend said, you know, they got Wednesday and Thursday, Friday off. I said, okay. I said, what's going on? Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Why you guys closing? And she says, it's Thanksgiving. I said, I totally forgot about Thanksgiving. You see what I'm saying? So what time does is time is reconstructing the atomic structure of our minds as original beings. It's reconstructing our atomic structure so that we will forget about this era of illusion. We've got to move forward. Time always moves forward. Time never goes backward. Time moves forward. All right. But time will allow you to think about what happened in the past, but time will not allow you to go back into the past, because it's completely futile and it's useless. There's nothing that you can do back there, but there's a lot that you can do ahead of you. All right. So I want to share that with you all. Like I said on our last message, I think I'm stuck with YouTube for a while, so I'm just have to be careful what I say, since they're so fucking sensitive. All right. But Rumble's not allowed. It only allows so many videos to be made, and then it's like you're done. All right. But time, one of the most powerful variants of nature. Time is exclusive to those who are organic to the nature of a planetary celestial organism. Yes, time is exclusive. So for us as the original beings, and they say, oh, you're 70 years old. There's no such thing as 70 years old, but you're 70 years old, but you look like you're 35. Time doesn't mess with us. Our atoms don't break down because we're part of the natural order of this realm. Everyone else around us, their atoms literally break down because their bodies were not designed in the variant of the timelines in this realm. So their bodies are not conducive to time in this realm. Their bodies are not conducive. They belong somewhere else. So wherever they belong, they can be just like us here. And that's why so many of the species were separated. You're here, you're here, you're here because you belong in one place where you're supposed to do this and you belong in it, but you had their forefathers who want to bring them here to fight against us because they wanted our resources. And then they left them here. And now we're dealing with this shit. That's all right. Because time is taking over. Real time. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Much power to you all.